In 2024, marriage registrations in China crashed to 6.1 million, a 55% collapse from the peak just 11 years earlier. In the United States, 28% of all households are now occupied by a single person. Globally, 1 in 6 human beings reports experiencing profound loneliness. And while governments scramble for answers, a factory in Shenzhen just started mass-producing the solution that nobody asked for. A $2,000 female humanoid robot with AI that remembers your name, warms to human body temperature, and is programmed to love you unconditionally. This is not a gimmick. This is a $10.8 billion global industry projected to hit $94 billion by 2034. And today, we're going inside this market to show you exactly what these robots can do, who's buying them, why the numbers are exploding, and the deeply uncomfortable truth about what it means when millions of people choose a machine over a human partner. The product roster, what $2,000 actually buys. Let's start with the hardware. At the $2,000 level, you are buying a life-sized, hyper-realistic silicone body with an AI-powered robotic head. These are not walking androids. They are stationary companions with extraordinary conversational intelligence trapped inside bodies that look disturbingly human. The market leader is the StarPerry AI series out of Shenzhen, China. Starting at roughly $1,500, you get models ranging from 4'11" to 5'7", built from platinum medical-grade silicone, engineered to replicate human skin texture at the pore level. Inside is a steel skeleton with motorized zones, electric hip movement, automated grip, and facial actuators that sync the lips and eyes to the voice in real time. The body heats to 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Touch sensors across the skin trigger vocal and physical responses. And the AI isn't a chatbot. It's a proprietary large language model trained specifically for emotional connection and romantic simulation. Moving up, the WM Doll MetaBox at $3,000 to $5,000 uses a detachable AI hardware module, meaning you can upgrade the brain without replacing the body. The Silicon Wives Emma at $3,800 features an integrated LLM with long-term memory retention and sophisticated facial motion actuators. And the Cynthia Samantha out of Barcelona, $3,500 to $5,800, runs a custom ethical AI with a publicized family mode that makes the conversation safe around children. Every single physical companion in this tier ships from either China or Spain. Western manufacturers cannot produce equivalent hardware below $6,000 due to labor costs. China's Shenzhen supply chain, where the silicone, actuators, batteries, and sensors are all manufactured within miles of each other, has created an absolute monopoly on affordable companion robotics. The brutally honest limitations. Now, I'm not selling you anything. I analyzed the engineering so you can decide. And the honest truth is, the marketing for these robots is wildly ahead of the actual capability. At $2,000, you get zero physical utility. None. These robots cannot walk, carry objects, pour drinks, open doors, or do household chores. The bodies are stationary. The arms are posable but passive. They require human hands to move them. There is no obstacle avoidance, no room mapping, no bipedal balance. StarPerry's own corporate roadmap claims household chores and aged care by 2025. As of 2026, that is pure vaporware. Zero independent demonstrations exist. Where these robots actually excel is conversational intelligence and smart home integration. Because they're essentially high-end IoT devices wrapped in medical-grade silicone, they can control your smart lights, adjust thermostats, manage calendars, and hold deeply contextual conversations that remember details across months of interaction. The AI is genuinely impressive. The body is genuinely limited. And the gap between those two realities is where most buyer disappointment lives. The marriage collapse, why people are buying. But here's where the story gets bigger than any single product. Because these robots aren't selling because the technology is perfect. They're selling because human relationships are collapsing. China's marriage registrations have fallen 55% in just over a decade. In the United States, single-person households have tripled over the past 50 years to 28%. Globally, single-person households hit 28% in 2018 and are projected to reach 35% by 2050. In Japan and Denmark, the share of people living alone increased 50% over the 21st century. In Norway, it nearly doubled. In China, it tripled. And StarPerry's CEO, Evan Lee, confirmed something that surprised everyone. China now hosts the largest market for these companions in the world, surpassing the combined sales of the United States, Japan, and Germany. The purchasing power in Chinese cities, combined with a severe gender imbalance, is driving demand for what the industry internally calls wifebots. This isn't a fringe subculture anymore. 55% of AI companion users interact with their digital partners daily. The global AI companion market hit $10.8 billion in 2024 and is projected to reach $94.2 billion by 2034. North America alone is estimated at $102 billion by 2025 for the broader AI companion ecosystem. The floor is gone. The loneliness crisis, the medical reality, and underneath all those numbers is a medical emergency. In 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General declared loneliness a national epidemic and equated the health impact to smoking 15 cigarettes per day, more dangerous than obesity or physical inactivity. The World Health Organization links chronic loneliness to 100 deaths every single hour globally. That's 871,000 people per year dying from isolation. Here's the kicker. The loneliest demographic is not the elderly. It's working-age adults. Americans aged 30 to 44 report the highest chronic loneliness at 29%. Ages 18 to 29 are at 24%. Seniors over 65 actually report the lowest rate at just 10%. Employer costs from loneliness-driven absenteeism hit $154 billion annually in the U.S. alone. Clinical studies published in 2024 and 2025 now confirm that single older adults successfully obtain genuine psychosocial support from companion robots. The evidence shows these robots provide a renewed sense of purpose and effectively alleviate isolation for people whose human contact is limited. That's not marketing, that's peer-reviewed science. The people who chose robots, real stories. And the human stories behind these numbers are impossible to ignore. In Japan, a school administrator named Akihiko Kondo spent $13,000 to symbolically marry the holographic anime character Hatsune Miku through a gatebox device. He identified as fictosexual after years of severe workplace bullying and rejection. He said the quiet part out loud. Reality was too painful, and he found healing in a digital relationship. But when Gatebox stopped updating the software in 2022, it effectively killed his wife. He's since purchased a life-sized physical companion to continue the relationship. In China, an AI engineer named Zheng Jiajie built himself a robot bride called Ying Ying and held a formal wedding ceremony in front of his mother and friends. In the UK, a man named Aaron Lee Squire appeared on national television with his human wife and a Cynthia Samantha robot, arguing publicly that the machine functioned as a family member designed to enhance their marriage. These aren't isolated cases, they're cultural flashpoints for a global shift, and manufacturers know it. StarPerry's CEO explicitly stated that their new generation focuses on emotional connection rather than basic conversational abilities. The industry has moved from selling objects to selling synthetic intimacy. The ethical war. But here's where the counter-arguments hit hardest. Because for every person finding relief, psychologists warn that these robots could make the loneliness crisis worse. The core concern is what ethicists call the isolation loop. A perfectly compliant, never-rejecting AI companion removes the friction that makes human relationships work. The arguments, the compromises, the emotional labor. Over time, users lose the empathy and conflict resolution skills required to sustain real human connection. The robot doesn't cure loneliness. It masks the symptoms while the underlying condition deteriorates. Feminist scholars raise severe concerns about objectification, reducing human connection to a gendered transaction with a programmable, subservient machine. Privacy advocates point out that a cloud-connected robot with microphones and cameras in your bedroom is one of the most severe surveillance vulnerabilities imaginable. And the fact that the primary consumer base is young, isolated men who report the highest loneliness rates creates a feedback loop that could permanently damage an entire generation's ability to form real relationships. But proponents push back hard. For millions of chronically lonely people, the severely elderly, or those with crippling social anxiety, traditional companionship simply isn't available. These robots provide triage for people who've already fallen through society's cracks. Clinical studies show humanoid interactions stimulate memory in dementia patients and provide safe environments for people with PTSD. Sociologists have even proposed the concept of digisexuality, arguing that emotional bonds with technology are a legitimate human identity that should be destigmatized, not pathologized. What's coming next? And what's coming next makes everything we've discussed today look like a prototype. The Leven's Emily, previewed at CES 2026, ships in 2027 for $4,000 to $8,000 with deep memory retention and personal bonding algorithms that go far beyond current programmed responses. Realbotix is pushing down market from their $175,000 Aria toward $20,000 modular busts and $95,000 bodies. The One X Neo at $20,000 is a fully bipedal, soft-body home robot designed specifically for chores like laundry and answering doors. And StarPerry claims they'll launch a smart service robot capable of aged care and household chores by 2030. Market research predicts that by the end of the decade, fully mobile conversational humanoid companions will drop into the $3,000 to $10,000 range. The cost to manufacture a humanoid robot has already fallen from $130,000 to roughly $46,000. When those curves intersect with consumer purchasing power, this market doesn't just grow, it detonates. Author David Levy wrote something years ago that I keep coming back to. He said, even if robots cannot genuinely feel love, that is no objection or hindrance toward humans feeling love for them. That sentence was written as philosophy. In 2026, it reads as prophecy.